Hi everyone, you might remember from my last video with the little iron that I showed you, this iron that I was hoping to fix from the electroceramic Vienna. I showed you a quick glimpse of this little travel iron, or as they say in German, Reisebügeleisen. I thought I'd show you it because I've been able to find a little bit of information about it and it's really interesting, and that's one of the things that I like about these domestic products, when you find out a little bit of history of the company maybe, or where they've been made. And for me, living in Vienna, the thing that always catches my interest is if I find out a product is actually manufactured here, and this one is. This was made by a company, I think the owner of the company is Alois Martiny, and by combining the first two initials of his name, or the 2 and 3 initials, the company name was Almar, and they were based in the 6th district in Vienna, 20 Millergasse, and there they had an Eisen- und Metallwarenfabrik, or a metal factory, where they produce these products. And this one I am estimating is about late 60s, maybe early 70s. I've seen several models of these in doing my research, slightly different iterations of them, particularly with the plug at the back here. This one here has a kind of plastic plug, which plugs into these 3 terminals here. And you can see, if you want to operate off 220 volts, you then have to plug it in like that, where you can see the 220. Or if you go that way, you've got 110 volts. And it's got this sort of, typical plastic stecker, as it's called, or plug at the end. So I think this is possibly a slightly later version of it. I'm going to clean all that cable up. It's a little bit grubby in between. Sorry, it's focusing in and out. What's really cute about it, this is this wicker handle that they've got. And I've seen some later designs where this is kind of more of a plastic wicker looking covering. And this didn't come with any accessories. My partner picked it up for about, I think, a couple of euros at a flea market, because they knew I was looking for a crafting iron, and we weren't sure if the other one was going to work, and came across this one for a couple of euros. And you can see it's a little bit grubby. It needs a polish and a clean up, which is what I'm going to do now. And I'll just show you how it dismantles. So normally this little iron, you can see that lifts off there, came in a little travel bag. It seems to be, from the pictures that I've seen, variations from slightly leatherette looking red bags with little handles, all the way up to a kind of vinyl plasticky looking one towards the later sort of models of them. Also that would come with the packet, apart from the instruction manual. It's kind of it's another device here that has the same fixings on the bottom, but it allows the iron to be sat upright like that. So maybe it was something to allow it to cool down afterwards or whatever, but that would normally screw onto there as well. Now that I've seen it and I know what it looks like, I shall keep my eyes open in flea markets. You never know, I'm sure I might be able to pick the stand up for it at some point. But it's functional. That's what I'm really pleased about. It looks old, but it still works. And my main goal now is to just clean it up. In reading the German instructions that I found online, it appears that when you first use this iron, it does tell you that a kind of brownish or kind of sticky goo will come out of this area down the bottom, and that the normal recommendation is after the first use, wipe it clean with a cloth or something. I don't know if that's the result of somebody never actually cleaning it off, but I'm so tempted to undo these nuts here and these screws here just to lift it up and clean it properly. So knowing me, I'm probably bound to do that, just because I like to do a thorough job of cleaning it. I'm probably just going to clean that screw in there because it's a little bit rusty. Just a bit of a wire brush on that will do the trick. And just not sand it down, just polish that handle part down a bit. But I'm not going to do anything else to it other than clean it up, because it works. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So hopefully I don't damage anything taking it apart. But I'll show it back later when I've cleaned it all up and polished it up and it's looking a bit smarter. So I hope you find that interesting. This is an Almar travel iron from Vienna. made by Alois Martiny. And from the information that I found, the company, I've certainly found a sort of company register, I guess that's what you call it, dated 1949 online. So clearly the company was in operation at that time, and I'm pretty sure probably was established before that. But I haven't been able to find anything else about the actual company, although I have looked on Google Maps, and unbelievably there is still a company called Almar operating in Millergasse, so the same location where these were made. And they seem to have some kind of electrical installation company. I didn't dig into it much further, so it seems that, I hope it's a family business, because if it is, it's still going. So I think that in itself is amazing. So there you go. I hope you find that interesting, and I shall come back after it's been smartened up. Well, that was pretty easy. Using a 10mm spanner, just undid these two nuts. And the top cover just literally lifted off. I thought there'd be cables attached to it, but nothing. Just the connectors here, or terminals. Look, you can see it's all mucky. It's got that gooey stuff on the outside, which I shall clean up now, and that's going to make it so much easier to clean and polish this, because it's, you know, not attached to anything. And I don't know, the mechanism, how simple was that to make? I don't know what I thought I'd find it inside. I find inside maybe some cables or something, but you have these kind of connection, pieces or plates that just like crimped or squashed down bits of, I guess, brass. Here's that gooey stuff that's all around the outside. This bit here looks like, I don't know, maybe some kind of, somebody's worked on it before, knocked or dropped something on it. It doesn't seem to affect the function, because I know the iron works. And it's just made up of these plates. I guess they conduct, they warm up and get hot and heat the plate beneath. I'd love to really know, you know, how that actually works. It's just, I really wasn't expecting it to be so simple. But isn't that fascinating? It's got this black plate on top, which I don't know what that's made of. It's got certainly, I can't even tell if it's metal. It's got a funny texture to it. I guess it's metal. And a few leaves of these plates underneath. So really fascinating. Wasn't expecting that, and it was very simple to take apart. So I shall begin the cleaning and polishing process now. Isn't that interesting? Here we are, after a nice cleaning. I use this metal polish, Metarex. A bit of just like normal metal polish, which is very fumy. Whew, getting a bit high on that. And you can see I've managed to get that nasty brown stain that was all around the edge. Had to be really careful. These fine edges are a little bit fragile, so I had to be careful not to get too close, but I did manage to get most of it off. Gave the bottom a little bit of a polish with some wire wool, which has come up nicely. So yeah, quite pleased with the outcome of that. That looks nice. The top, it's had a bit of a polish, you can see, but there's a lot of pitting on it, you can see there. So I took a gentle bit with some wire wool, managed to scrub that brown stuff off the edges, a little bit off the inside, which doesn't really matter so much. But it's come up nice and clean. It's never going to look brand new, or, well, I didn't try to make it brand new, but perfect because of that pitting on it. So it's definitely cleaner than it was, and I'm happy about that. Gave the old nuts a little bit of a clean, and cleaned the little bit of rust that was around the inside of that screw, and also that handle. It wasn't in too bad condition, kind of slight rusting around the interior edges in there, but that's come off. It looks like that used to be red paint once. It's probably varnished as well. I'm not really going to do anything to this handle. That is so tempting to do some kind of paracord wrap on it, bring it up to date, but it's functional. It does what it needs to do, so I shall leave that on there, and it's original. So let's just reassemble it again. Not really a simple reassembly, I should think, of any small domestic appliance. It's incredible, really. As I said, just needed a 10mm spanner. to put that back on. It does look a lot tidier now though. I hope you admit that's the case. Not going to overly tighten that, just a little eek. Make sure that's on solidly enough. I don't think we need more than that. Where does that go again? Ah, yes. Put that on there. Nope, put it on there like that. Well, maybe best if I screw that back in a bit more. I also cleaned the cable and slightly got the kinks out of it. Got slightly twisted and general dirt build up on the inside of the cable here, which makes it grubby, but it's nice and clean now. Clean the plug and the different ends as well, so that's all nice and tidy. And let's just get that back on. Oops, not too high. Very simple design, and I'm quite surprised you have to screw this nut into the top of the chrome. It seems a bit, you know, brutal, but there it is, all plugged in. And if it was ready to go, there, doesn't that look neat now? So much better. You know, it's not perfect, but it's a tidy, really nifty little thing. Can't believe how simple it is, that the manufacture of it is. Interestingly, on older models, this sort of stecker or plug at the end, it looked like it was wooden with the sockets inside, or the terminals inside, and painted on the outside was the letters 220 and 110. So it was quite a chunky, what looked like a wooden block, rectangular block that's slotted in there. So you can see how they developed it in time to this plastic, which, you know, I guess is marginally better. So that's it all plugged in there. And I think what I'll do is let's do a little test and let's make sure it works okay. So let me find a little something to iron and we'll test it out. So what have I found? I found a little mask here just to demonstrate the iron. I think it's getting up to temperature a bit. Let's just feel it. Yeah, it's getting nice and hot. But isn't that amazing? A neat little iron for, I think it's about €2. Could be anything from 50, let me have a think, 2006 is 40, maybe 60, 50 to 60 years old, still functional, despite it hasn't got all its accessories, but somebody somewhere has been using this, and look at that, works really well. Little face mask that I've made there. Oops, careful I don't burn myself now, I'm so clumsy. And I'm really chuffed to find, again, another product that's been manufactured here in Austria. I always find that really cool because I like learning about the local history, and it's really great when you look on Google Maps, you see where the shops are or the factories, and you think, wow, that's, you know, somebody used to work in there making these things. I think it's really cool that it's a local company that's hopefully still in business, which is really great to see. And I'm really tempted to maybe send them an email and find out when their company was founded. But oops, yeah, it needs a little bit more water on that side. But I think hopefully that demonstration is enough to show you that this lovely little iron is functional. Real shame I couldn't get the other one to work, but that doesn't matter. I was just more interested in knowing how it worked, and I'm still blown away by how simple the construction is of this particular device, appliance. Amazing. So I think that's demonstrated that quite well. Let's just switch that off now. So that's this little Almar travel iron, or was it Reisebügeleisen? Ich lerne Deutsch. And yeah, quite a cool, nifty little thing. And I'm really pleased to have been able to clean it up a little bit. And I look forward to putting it to good use in my crafting, or maybe even just mask ironing when they've come out of the wash. You know, give them a bit of an iron, kill those germs. So in the meantime, everyone, bleib gesund, stay safe, and thank you for watching. Hope you found that interesting. Bye.